Commissions, the dream of many young and beginner artists. The thought of your art being considered good enough for someone to buy it with their own cold, hard-earned cash. The thought of even being able to make a living off your work. It's exciting, isn't it? Well, to some that is. I certainly jump for glee and say, "Yippee!" when someone gives me money for art. Or just money. I love money. Though I wouldn't consider myself a professional, I am a professional, unprofessional artist. I've been doing freelance for 5 years, and I've picked up a few tidbits of wisdom here and there over the years. As I'm not a trained professional, take what I have to say with a grain of salt. I merely give you a perspective of someone who has consistently been doing commissions for a few years now. I'm Sabal Black Sheep, having any soul? No sir, no sir. But today, we are going to take a look at the state of commissions nowadays, and if they're still worth it for you. If you're someone that wants to make art your career or even just a side hustle, this video will be good for you. I won't just be talking about the logistics of commissions, but also other viable means of making income off your art online. I'm mostly a digital artist, so that's mostly where my perspective will be coming from. Some of the things I'm talking about aren't applicable to all mediums of art. But before we get started, consider committing arson on the like and subscribe button, check out the Etsy shop for cool shirt designs, or join the 17+ Discord server to meet a bunch of cool artists and get your art on the next video. But without further ado, we begin. Commission sheets can be found all across the internet. Every artist and their grandma has one by this point. It's undoubtable to say there's a lot of artists who want to do the job, but demand is relatively low compared to those actually willing to do it. Which is why most people who have been doing commissions for years now would tell you it's pretty unreliable work. If on a personal basis or you have little to no following, even I wouldn't say a big following, but a following, I don't make that many commissions, maybe 1 or 2 a month, which tends to be between $40 to $200 a month for commissions alone, which, though I'm grateful for it, very much so, it isn't much, despite me wanting to do more. So like people's personal D&D characters, their OCs, just random things they want to get done, not concept art or book design. Though I'd love to do both of those. This tends to mean people don't want to spend as much on the art, as it's more so like a personal little indulgence rather than necessary for a project, which often causes many artists to tank their prices to compensate for the lack of engagement even I have to get by. Many artists who want to start commissions tend to get stuck at the start as they're far too general. The only way I really made commissions is by niching down. I've made most of my commissions within the Elder Scrolls fandom, but however, I also just do general fantasy commissions, but I tend to never much escape the fantasy niche, which is okay, because that's what I like. I find sci-fi dreadfully boring. So whatever you find consistently most enjoyable and are really passionate about is the niche you want to focus on for getting commissions. Getting commissions for personal projects tends to be heavily community-based. Getting involved within a community is really important. A lot of the commissions I've gotten, I would have never gotten if I didn't join a Discord server, an Amino, talk and make friends, and shown my work around. I mean, Amino's not really a thing anymore, so I don't recommend doing that one anymore, but that did help back in the day. So if you see an artist you like, check out their Discord server and try to make friends. You might find yourself with a few commissions. Definitely look for Discord servers with an older population though, because adults tend to have money. Kids don't. This next tip many may disagree with, and I want you to take it with a pinch of salt and know your own limits. But honestly, undersell your art at first. You need experience. You need to know how much energy it takes and time. Underselling yourself allows you to get more clients, to get a feel for what the market and commission etiquette looks like, and also know how to price your commissions moving forward. Don't undersell yourself forever, but long enough for you to understand what is expected of you as the artist. I undersold myself for a while to get a feel for the process, and it allowed me to get quite a bit of experience. It's kind of like an underpaid internship, since you're kind of discounting your art for the fact that you're kind of going to be a little clumsy, potentially slow, probably is going to have to ask the client a few questions about what to do. Like how oftentimes when you're in training, you get paid less, and then once you're actually like working, then you get paid more. That's kind of how I view it. One thing to keep in mind is if you're choosing art as your career to get anywhere, you're going to have to burn yourself out. There's just no way around it in this economy. What matters is knowing what you can and can't sacrifice. I love mental health and being there for yourself. It's really important. But there are so many things in life that will realistically just utterly crush it. You need to be aware of what you're sacrificing so you don't overdo it to the point of no return. Be unhealthy, but don't be dead. So you pulled 2 all-nighters to get work done. No, 3. Don't pull a third one. You already pulled 2. Go to bed. That's pushing it. Honestly, I would only pull 1 all-nighter and then go to bed the day after. Wash yourself. Eat. Your work will be dog doo-doo if you don't take care of yourself to some degree. But you will never be able to keep a perfect balance. And honestly, if you're trying to do art online, you're gonna have to make it pretty unbalanced. Making art a career in this economy just involves overworking yourself, so be strategic about it. I don't get days off of art. However, I switch up my tasks every day to keep myself from losing it. I challenge myself when I have energy, and I do the bare minimum crappy content when I don't. No matter what I do, I always get it done to a level of standards that is appropriate. And I'm mostly referring to my content. Oftentimes, I will sacrifice the quality of my YouTube content to be able to keep up with other things in my life, such as commissions that, need to be held to a high standard of quality regardless. But content I can be more lax with because it's like, you guys are the one clicking on this, and I'm not sure why, but thanks, man. Most of my videos are disorganized and poorly researched, so okay. People that say, take endless breaks, tell you to stop soon as it's not fun anymore, are dead wrong. If you actually want your art career to go anywhere, if you want an easy job, sell your socks to freaks online or something. This ain't the career path if you don't have discipline. And if you are watching this and getting discouraged because you think, oh my god, I don't have discipline, remember, discipline is not a talent, it's a skill. I wake up every day. I make a YouTube short, then I either work on writing a script, recording, or editing a video, then I work on a commission, and then after that, I work on a personal project, such as the drawing of Harry Du Bois you see right now on your screen. Then I go to my in-person job. My art takes up 8 hours of my day while I also am working another job. I got all of a few hours of downtime at the end of the day to maybe play a game. Being able to do all that in a day didn't happen overnight. I started by doing one thing a day consistently, and in time, it became easier and easier to just work more. I don't take days off, not just because I literally cannot afford them, but also because I find fulfillment in my work. I quite like it. Humans are beasts of burden. We need something to work towards. If you don't have an idea of what to do and what your future's gonna look like, well, sit down, buddy. It's time to figure it out. If you make a plan and it fails miserably, that's okay. Make another, and then make another, and then make another. I realize it's hard and it's not as easy as I say it is, but what else are you gonna do? Scroll TikTok? Not to jelk my grindset mindset attitude too much, but genuinely, if you want anything, you just have to sacrifice quite a bit. Most people don't realize how much you really have to sacrifice for things like this, and it's just a lot. Commissions is just one of many ways of making money out of an online art career. One thing to always consider if you want a career online with art is that you're gonna need multiple streams of money. There's a lot you can do, digital products such as journals, or you can sell shirts via print on demand. You can make comics, you can make YouTube videos, you can make stickers, so many things. Honestly, you can draw like big bitty goth girlfriend and then be like, join my Patreon to see her areolas. There are so many ways you can monetize your art online. That isn't just a traditional 9-to-5 art job. Commissions are just one of many. Now let's talk about safety with commissions if you decide to add it to your multiple income streams. As it's unregulated, there aren't really guidelines in place, but those of whatever company you're using to receive money on, which can cause a lot of issues like PayPal chargebacks. PayPal taking down your accounts and money with no warning, putting many artists out of thousands of dollars of money. I beg of you to watch Duchess Celestia's video on the topic. I'll link it in the description. She goes in depth about PayPal's nefarious actions against artists and small businesses. Other aspects to be aware of while using PayPal is often it will show your full name to whoever is sending you money, which could lead to doxing issues, so be aware of that. Also, if you're sending money via anything that isn't family, friends, sometimes we artists can see your address. Like, I'm never gonna do anything with that. I don't give a shit. But I just want people to be aware that PayPal isn't exactly really secretive. Never keep money just laying around in external money sharing apps, such as the case with PayPal banning and claiming people's money as soon as you get it, put it in your bank account. A bank will always be more reliable than anything like PayPal or Cash App. For commissions, I use PayPal and Cash App, but I tend to prefer Cash App as it doesn't give big fees, it doesn't tell everyone my first and last name, and I don't know, PayPal's smelly, and I don't like it. One big plus side of PayPal though is the invoice feature that allows you to make your own terms of service when people are trying to send you money for the payment. This can legally protect you and makes it really clear what you can and can't do with the art piece. However, personally, I don't do this, and it's definitely a good idea though. You should definitely do it. I'm just lazy. But if you're doing like really big commissions, like $300 commissions up, definitely consider doing that. If you're new to commissioning, it honestly can take a while before you get any sales, so please don't be discouraged. Keep drawing, keep having fun, and if you work hard enough and are delusional enough, you will be able to get anywhere you want. Be it you're in the Bahamas or your schizophrenia is just saying you're in the Bahamas, either way, you still think you're in the Bahamas. But that's all I have today, folks. If you like my art, consider commissioning me. You can reach out to me on Discord, Instagram, and Blue Sky, all in the link tree in description. You got work tomorrow, or school, or rambling about how much you love the free market again. But as always, don't dream about wheat-based byproducts. Moi, je m'appelle Mademoiselle Noire, et qu'on va pour la voix,